Hey, we want to welcome y'all back to the podcast, Revelation Through Conversation. I'm your host, Ken Brown, with my co-host,
Jay Brown.
and we're here for Episode-4. The title of this episode, Don't Transfer Your Pain. This topic was inspired by the conversation we had on Episode-3, Dad's Empty Chair. On that episode, I was asking guys to not be perverts. And I said that because a lot of guys, are out here sexually assaulting kids and women, man. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't no, easy way to say it. They just get straight to it.
Yeah.
And this channel, like we stated earlier, is to call men up, not call men out.
Exactly.
And that's what we want to do. Like, we can do better, and we know men that's around us that can do better.
Absolutely.
Like, we're no longer avoiding the problems that we have, or ignoring the problems that our brothers are having.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna help each other be better, man. Now, I dealt with, like, it's a lot of women I've had in my life that's felt comfortable enough to tell me some things about them, and they've shared. A lot of them have shared that they have been in some type of way sexually assaulted, and it all has been done by a man.
Right.
And like I said, man, we want to have conversations on this podcast.
Yeah.
So we're challenging men to do better, man. And like, each topic may not be for you, but it could be for one of your brothers, one of your friends, one of your partners.
Yeah.
And if you know they're facing some type of demon or something that's got a hold on to them,
Right.
let's help each other be better, man. Don't transfer your pain. That's what we're talking about today.
Exactly. Don't transfer your pain. It's our job as men, as leaders, to protect our women, children from anything you can avoid as far as hardship and a lot of times when we encounter the opposite sex, sometimes it go both ways. The molestation go both ways. Sexual assault go both ways. But a lot of times we already encounter people that's in recovery mode. So we just want to bring up the awareness and the importance to the topic. Don't transfer your pain.
And just get back to what we started off with. A lot of guys, and we're not excusing the behavior. Like, if you're out here, man, you molested a child, you sexually assaulted a woman, like, you deserve what's coming to you. But what we want to do is get the help you need, man. Like, get the help you need so you can heal, so you don't pass on that pain.
That's it.
Because as the saying goes, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys, some of them have been molested.
Exactly.
I mean, like they talked about R. Kelly, and like I said, I ain't on here to excuse nobody's actions, but they said he went through some things in his childhood, where
Exactly.
some things were happening to him. And,
Yeah.
if people don't heal from what happened to them, they will transfer that pain. They will pass it
Exactly.
on to someone else.
Yeah. They can't. It's impossible for people to give you something they don't have. A lot of times, boys grow into men, little girls grow into women. A lot of times they repeat what they saw. They repeat what they saw in their environment. They repeat it's called repeated behavior. You know what I'm saying? Or some people may have been no excuses, been groomed to do. It seems like it's normal to them, even though it's not right. We know it's not right. It appears normal to them, so they just repeat what they saw. And like you said, it's just so much they have to deal with as far as recovering from that trauma. So it's our job to protect them, be aware, and we can't, as parents, as fathers, we can't send our kids everywhere. Like, my kids don't be going to a lot of sleepovers. Cause it ain't that, because it's my job to protect them. It ain't that, I'm not trying to call my daughter's friends like people creepy people or whatever, but it's our job to protect them. We don't know what's going on in their vibe. We know what's going on in ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Just to touch on it, like a lot of kids, sometimes a lot of it don't even happen at their home. Like you said, you go into a friend's house or a relative house, and you
Right.
do, man. You got to be mindful, man, where
Got
your
to.
kids are going. And I'm
Got to.
I'm I'm the same way, bro. Like our kids, they'll come home talking about my friend having a sleepover. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't going,
Mhm.
Like we ain't even never met these people. You talk about,
Exactly.
you finna
Don't
go
know
stay
who
over
they
there.
are. Yeah.
Like, we ain't doing that one, man. And like you
Yeah.
said, it's not to call them, creepy, but hey, man, we gotta protect you. So like,
Exactly.
and then like you said, hey, y'all can have it over here, and then
Mm-hmm.
hey, I wouldn't be surprised if their parents saying the same thing. Like you ain't going over there,
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it gotta
Mm-hmm.
be, man. We gotta protect these kids, man.
You
We
have
got
to.
to. Yeah.
Because if we don't, I feel like if we don't protect them, it's like they'll be, man, there's nothing wrong with therapy. I've been to therapy, but they'll be in therapy for the rest of their life,
Mm-hmm.
picking up the pieces. And sometimes it make it hard to adapt in normal relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It messes with your trust issues and everything.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
man.
that's one of the things where we gotta be watchful. We gotta pay attention to our children, because there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, grimy people out there, just a lot of hurt people out there, and they can give you anything they don't have. They're gonna repeat what they saw.
Yeah, and like you said, it can mess with their future relationships. Cause I mean, like I said, man, I've dealt with women that's been hurt, like
Mm-hmm.
that, and you do have to earn their trust, man.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they'll open up to you and share what happened to them, but
Right.
and that because they feel comfortable, but you still have to earn their trust. There's some things you're gonna have to deal with. You're gonna have to prove to them, hey, I'm not here to hurt you.
Yeah. It's gonna take a lot of work, because you just think about it. This is an innocent child that trusted someone that supposed to love them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if the man that's responsible for my life, or woman that's responsible for my life, don't care about me, and they do God knows what to me, I mean, what's it gonna be for the next person? I don't mean none of them. I definitely don't mean none of them. I was supposed to have been protected in this environment.
Mm-hmm.
So outside this environment, I don't trust what I mean. I'm expecting the worst. I'm expecting the worst, if anything,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't live like that.
And then, like I said, man, us as men, like we gotta challenge each other. Like
Yeah.
one of your homies, like I said, your uncle or whoever, they being real weird and real suspect around, little
Right.
kids or women. Hey man, pull it to the side, say, hey bro, I'm not finna allow that to go on, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you on, but it ain't finna happen, bro. Like
Yeah.
me and
That's it.
you gonna have some issues, bro. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
we not, and like you said, man, like the way we grew up, and like people be wanna not talk about things, and, hey, it
Yeah.
is what it is. Like
Yeah.
we're not finna allow people to keep just causing trauma. Like that's over with. Like we gonna talk about it. And bro,
Yeah.
if you need some help, get you some help.
Yeah.
But we not sitting back no more, man, and just allow men to just do all this wild stuff, man, and not be
Mm-hmm.
held accountable for it. Like
Exactly.
we're not doing that no more.
Exactly. Well, just switch gears on protecting the women. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we talked about trauma. We're gonna talk about relationships. Let's talk about relationships. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? A lot of times, like me myself personally, I don't know about you, but you just think about the people with me. We grew up together. You my brother, blood brother. Think about a male figure that we had that was a good example of how we supposed to treat a woman. I can't think of one.
No, me neither,
I
man.
can't think of one. So, I thought it was cool. Like, I've had I'm not gonna name drop, but I had an auntie ask me, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be a player like your daddy? And a lot of times, not even that, the absence of that man in my life, it created something in me that I was like, man, I ain't caring about no woman. I'm running all over them. That's what it taught me, because that's what I saw my dad do. Or I did,
Mm-hmm.
or no, I ain't gonna say I saw my dad do, because he wasn't there. That's what I saw all around me. That's all the examples I saw. What
Mm-hmm.
what to do? I thought it was cool, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to touch on that too, man. Like a lot of guys, and I just speak for myself. Like I remember one time, man, like I was going through this little heartache, um, thinking, okay, now I'm finna have a family. Like just to, be clear, like my first marriage ended in divorce. Then my second relationship, with the mother of my twins, like it went south. And bro, I'm here, I'm back single, 4 kids, bro. And I'm like, bro, this ain't how I planned it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't a saint in the relationships, but I truly felt like I did all I could to keep both relationships,
Mm-hmm.
going. It was like once you get to that point, it's like, man, this ain't gonna work. You just gotta let it go. But
Right.
I remember being, you know, like, man, I'm finna just build me a roster, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I done
that's
that.
how I was, bro. Like I'm
Yeah, I
finna
done
get
it.
5 of them on the team
Yeah.
and go with it. And that is another way that men transfer their pain, like man,
Right.
through heartache.
Yep.
Like, as men, like we're not really allowed to express our feelings and express our hurt. But
Mm-hmm.
for anybody, man, you got
Right.
to to heal. You got to get it out of you, man.
You have to.
You got to get it out of you.
Yeah. You gotta find people, of course, relatable people you feel like you can open up to. Everybody got that 1 to 2, maybe 3 volts they can talk to, the people that won't judge you, but also it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna give you some sound, advice. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So, like I said, man, I mean, this year I'll be married 13 years. I'll be married 13 years. I've been with this girl total of 15, maybe 16 years altogether, but married almost 13 years. And I would even say, you know, I had to get to the point where I had to figure out how to love again, or love, period. Because like I
Mm-hmm.
said, my whole life was, like you said, build a roster, Like mom used to say, hey, you switch them up, boy, who that is? But when I got out here, I was still moving around a little bit. And then I met my wife. Even in relationship, you still gotta, it's like you're still in recovery mode, because you still unknowingly bringing baggage into the situation. So it's like, man, it's like I can do this, but am I worthy of this, or is it? I mean, I was even asking myself how I'm gonna do this. I've been doing this. I had a roster over here. Now I gotta go to one, but it's cool. And that's the best thing I could have ever done.
Yeah, man. Just to get back to like what I was saying, like a lot of guys, just like women get hurt and then they go to they through their little phase. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we get hurt too. We got feelings too. But we talking about not transferring your pain,
Yeah,
and it's sad to say, but a lot of us, we do transfer our pain, and
yeah,
that's what I was doing when I went through that little tough time.
yeah,
I was just doing what I want to do, man, and
yeah.
with women, and to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
like I came across a couple of good women, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a couple of good women that really was trying to win my heart. But
Mm-hmm.
I just was, I was in that mode like, nah, I'm good. Like,
Good.
it's all I want at
Yeah.
you. And I wanted to bring that up too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
like, I just be thinking about like some of the women I've, you know, hurt. And I could be overplaying it. Like some of them could have just been enjoying the ride just like I was. But
Facts.
like for the good ones I came across, and if somehow they may see, you know, this podcast or whatever, I just want to apologize to them. Like I was a boy, man, and I was behaving as a boy. Like,
Yeah.
and now I'm a man. I know that the hurt in the games I was playing, I know it wasn't cool, bro.
Right.
And I had a wake up call one day. I was dealing with this girl, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and and like it didn't make me get all the way out the game, but it did slow me down a little bit.
Okay.
Like after I encounter, you know, how it was, bro. After it's over with, it be like, you know, what you still hanging around for? You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And
I was.
Shawty told me, she said, you make me feel like a hoe.
Mm.
And bro, even though I was in my doggish ways, like, bro, they hit me some type of way, bro. Like, and like I said, I was transferring my pain, and she felt that pain, bro. And she
Mm-hmm.
was a victim of it, and she expressed it to me.
Mm-hmm.
She expressed it to me, and like I
Yeah.
said, man, to her, I want to apologize, and to all the other women, like I did wrong, I want to apologize. And this was this channel about, bro. It's about growth, bro. It's
About growth,
about
man.
us. It's about us too. We growing,
Yeah.
and as
We
we grow,
riding. Yeah. We're along for this ride as well, man.
yeah, and as we grow, we
Yeah.
want to bring other men along with us, man.
Absolutely.
And like we want to put a stop to that, bro. Like we
Yeah.
want to put a stop to that. Like pain, like it's unavoidable, but let's cause as little of it as we can, bro. Even though we gonna fall victim to it sometime,
Yeah.
but let's not dish it back out, man. Let's not dish it back out.
Yeah. Well, my pops, back to the, hurt people hurt people. Like, I was thinking about, there was a time my wife told me, you don't know what your dad had to deal with, you know? And I don't. But
Mm-hmm.
I pride myself on, because I was raised by a single mom. So that I had a certain passion about myself where I did care how I treated people. But when I was crossed, back to the heartache, when I was crossed wrong, man, I just didn't care no more.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up the pieces from my dad not being there, I was a kid that was always enraged, and that kid became a man that was enraged.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward past my player days, respectfully, I apologize to those in the past, and I thank God, only God can change my behavior, because I got friends to this day, or they say, I never thought I'd see the day you get married, because they know what I used to do and how I used to roll. But fast forward to my marriage life. In the early stages of my marriage, I was still immature. I'm not talking like infidelity or cheating and them, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just some of my ways. I was very immature. So there's something my wife asked me one day that made me, move a different way. Are you the man? She asked me, are you the man you want your daughter to marry? And I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't answer that. I couldn't answer that. I couldn't answer that because there's a lot of things I need to clean up about myself, how I move,
Mm-hmm.
like transfer pain. There's a lot of times I get off work and I be angry, and my family don't have nothing to do with what happened to me
Mm-hmm.
throughout my work day. But guess what? They be the ones that get it.
Yep.
So what I do? I sit in my car for 30 minutes, get my mind right, and I come love with my family. I
Mm-hmm.
apologize. I apologize. Like, it's so many pieces I had to pick up. I'm not making no excuses, because at some point in your life, you got to man up and do what you're supposed to do. You can't make no excuse for what your dad didn't do. So at
Mm-hmm.
some point, I was even like, your tone is everything when you're talking to women. Period. Like my wife, I can express something to her, and if it's here, then you missed her. mixed up by a mile. But if it's at the right tone, then she can receive it. And
Mm-hmm.
when even with my kids, like even when they go, it's like it kind of like startle them when I'm here, when I'm too loud talking to them. Like I'm frustrated because I had to repeat myself over and over again, but I still can bring it here, and it can be just as effective, even more effective. Because a lot of times not to go on a rant, but a lot of times that was the times I used to yell at my kids, and I think they ain't the last impression I want to leave on them at the end of the day, or why they go lay their head on the pillow. So I go in there and say, Daddy apologize. And don't nobody give you more grace than your kids do. It's okay,
Mm-hmm.
Daddy. And my kids will be like, it's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. But Daddy will be better. Because I don't want to think that that's acceptable. Because if they're going to grow, they're going to get older and become grown women someday, both of them. And they're going to think it's cool for a man to yell at them. It's not okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
not okay.
And that's another thing, like not transferring that pain. Like growing up, you get yelled on, and ain't nobody coming back to apologize. They ain't
Deal with it.
coming back to apologize, but
Deal with it.
I mean, I've fallen in that area too, where
Yeah.
talk to my kids a certain type of way, or get out of tone with my wife, and like you said, man, you go back and you apologize, and you just keep trying to do better. And I know
Mm-hmm.
it was one time, I like I said, you be too harsh or
Mm-hmm.
too firm, with your wife, and they don't be liking it. It don't matter how right you be, but if you
Mm-hmm.
coming at them firm, they do not like it. And then it like I'm at this point now, bro. I'm tired of having to go back and apologize. I be
Mm-hmm.
thinking like,
Mm-hmm.
man, how can I get it right in the moment? Like, why I gotta
Mm-hmm.
always think about it after the fact? Like, I want to be able to get
Did
it right
this. Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
moment.
The
And
moment.
bro, it was like one day I just YouTube about anger, and the first thing
Yeah.
came called to me, bro. You're like be quick to hear, slow to speak, and
Yeah.
slow to anger. It was
Yeah.
just that simple. And I was like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
it really that simple, bro. Like when
Yeah.
it get to that moment,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let me just listen. Be quick, be quick to hear. All right, let me be
Mm-hmm.
slow to speak. Let me be slow to respond. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I said, man, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that, and I'm still ain't perfect, but I'm
No,
better.
me
I'm
either.
better. And like I said, man, we don't want to transfer that pain. We
Yeah.
don't. Like you said, coming in off a long day, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I be feeling that too, bro. Like right around that time,
Mm-hmm.
getting out, like you just be feeling a little irritated. But like you
Mm-hmm.
said, man, collect yourself before you go in that house, cause if you the right father, the right type of husband, most of the time they happy to see you come through that door.
Absolutely. Running
And
when
you
that
wanna,
garage open up.
yeah,
Yeah. Yes,
you
sir.
wanna you wanna bring the right energy, man, when you come in there. So
Man. And these kids are so aware. They're so observant. My oldest, she'll catch me with a frown. She'll be like, oh, she'll be talking to me. I have something in my mind. And she'll start talking to me. And I'll be like, what? She'll be like, what's wrong with you? My oldest. This is my oldest. I'm like, and I
yeah,
had to I had to collect myself because you
yeah,
got to think about it. Like we was raised in a different environment. And one thing we didn't lack was love. Mom always loved us, but mom was
uh-huh.
firm. And like I said, we can't raise our kids how we was raised. Like we always say, we're like man, they this, they that. Like it's just the dynamic is just different, man. At the end of the day, it's like, but I do have to deal with my kids and, of course, my wife. Like they are flowers. They are delicate flowers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can't transfer the things we dealt with. Like you said,
Mm,
it wasn't no apology when we was little.
mm,
Deal with it. Go in there, lay down somewhere.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't transfer that into these kids because,
Nah, man.
bro, these kids be going through nowadays. They be going through. They
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah. Another thing I want to touch on, man, like with transferring this pain, like we gotta be forgiving, man. We
Mm-hmm.
gotta we gotta be forgiving. And that's
Absolutely.
part of the healing process.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with us, fathers not being there,
Mm-hmm.
like we even gotta forgive them, bro. Like we want to really walk in love and be who all God called us to be. Like we can't let nothing hinder that. And holding
Mm-hmm.
on to anger and holding on to pain, like that will hinder you. It's a weight you gonna carry around.
And another thing is accountability too, because a lot of times when it comes to raising these children and protecting these children, a lot of times we hold them accountable for something they did wrong when they got that bad behavior from us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be real about it. How you
Mm-hmm.
gonna whoop this child for something they got from you? It's cool for you to do it, but they can't do it. So they go outside this house and you get a phone call from school. Jemiah did this today. Jemiah get home. Where you get this from? Oh, well, Dad, I heard you said. I heard something on your phone. It comes from within that environment. You know what I'm saying? Or even it's just accountability, man. Just accountability. We can't be a good example to these children and expect to be taken serious if we're not doing what we're supposed to do. You know, in this environment, my kids know they safe. Wife know they safe. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta protect them. And as far as childhood trauma, we gotta protect them. And as far as relationship / marriage, it's a tip I got from he has a podcast now, Tim Ross, but he's a be a pastor of a church. But I've listened to him. I went to see him at a conference, marriage conference before. He said the biggest mistake we make in a relationship is failure to unpack our baggage before we start that relationship. So what his tip was, unpack your bags before you enter any type of relationship. Tim Ross.
Yeah, man. And as far as this pain, like we choose how we handle it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like and some people they carry their pain like a badge of honor. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
pain it's not for you to carry around. It's for you to heal from it, to be
Right.
stronger,
Right.
and for to be a part of your testimony. You know,
Right.
it's not your testimony. It's part of it. And
Yeah.
like I said, you could choose to overcome it. You could choose to not, live devastated. To you could choose to not be defeated,
Right.
and you could choose to forgive. And
Right.
because you forgive, that don't mean you forget. You
Right.
forgive to release that
Yep.
that pain from you, and,
Yeah.
and to start your healing process. So you don't continue to transfer the pain. Like get help. One thing I know, man, get it out of you. So, and I never had a therapist, and maybe there's something you could touch on, but I just feel like people, first thing first, you got to get it out of you. Like go, like talk. If you able to talk to whoever that caused you the pain, talk to
Yeah.
them. But if you can't talk to them, talk to somebody and get it out of you.
Based off what we encounter in life, man. In our culture, let's just start here first. In our culture, therapy is frowned upon. Like, in the wrong with you, or it's like people look down on you because you're going to get help, which is the weirdest thing ever. But I will recommend therapy. I need to get back into it, but I've done therapy. I've done a few sessions, and I can say, man, when I tell you when they peel off them layers like an onion, they make things make so much sense, man. It really benefited me because you either gonna get help or you're gonna lose everything around you. The people important to you. You either gonna get help or you're gonna lose everyone around you because nobody trying to catch fire dealing with your anger and your rage. So I will say this, I mean, it's the most humbling thing I ever did, but it's the best decision I ever made because
Mm-hmm.
it take guts to get help, man. It take guts to get help. That stress and that pain transferring of pain, it can hurt yourself and they hurt others. It's not cool. Get help. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay. I got help. Still work in progress, but man, counseling go a long way.
Yeah, man. We can get ready to wrap it up, man. I just want to tell people, spread love, not pain, man. Spread love, not pain. Get the
Absolutely.
help. Get the help you need so you can heal.
Absolutely. And also, I would like to say, see people, actually see them. You know, a lot of times we don't always have to respond with hate when we're receiving it. Sometimes we can respond with love, you know, and just watch. Some people that'll stop them in their tracks. They come at you sideways, and you come at them with love. They thought they had an argument, but it's all love,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm gonna leave it there.
All right, man. Love conquers all. Ken Brown, I'm out.
Jay Brown out.